Hey guys, it's Daryl. This is part two. I just downloaded the part one, and I was going to continue to talk about my faults and vanity and whatnot, but I actually got caught up in another subject. I ran through a lot about Trump on here, and there's a lot of I see there's some Trump supporters out there, and I was talking about how we all want the same thing, prosperity, happiness, success for the country, democracy, independence, all that stuff, freedom. And I thought about what I perceive as I don't want to call it my enemies. No, I don't want to even call it my adversary. But what I see as working against my climb to prosperity. Some people see immigration, different races, different religions, terrorism as their main concern, what they're scared of. I don't see that. I see those things are the result of poverty. Um, all of that is a result of poverty. I think over the Islamic states, they see us. A lot of other countries see us living what they perceive as superior to them, lording over them. And then I thought about us here, and I perceive like say maybe Wall Street bankers, and yeah, billionaires similar to Trump. Not just not landowners, but people that own. There's a few gentlemen here in town that own huge amounts of the town. They buy up all the rental property, so it's almost like a monopoly. And I've rarely met these gentlemen. They seem they're very unforgiving from what I've seen. Kind of cold. And I guess that's what you have to be if you're going to be in that, because people will come up. I was a drug addict. I used to lie and make up a lot of excuses. So I could see that. But I'm frustrated at, there's a lot of working people out here that work 10, 12, 15, 16 hours a day just to make ends meet, just to buy necessities. And then you see other people. Take, for instance, Trump. I did not want to make this a Trump rant, but let's say billionaires that have so much money. When you have money, people are willing to lend you money to make more money. And it just becomes a circle where you get richer and richer. And we seem to be, a lot of us are on the other end where the bills just get bigger and bigger and our money goes faster and faster and we work harder and harder. And on the other end, it appears that you have these people that rake in the money. The more they get, the more they earn from us, and they get wealthier and wealthier, and you get this wealth separation in this country. And as we hear on the news, it's just getting wider and wider. It almost seems like they're standing on our backs. Um, I understand capitalism. Starting a business, making money, filling a need. That's great. That's what this country was built on. But it almost feels like it's been perverted in this country. It's been altered into something else. I'm sure there's a word for it. An oligarch, I think, is a. I'm not sure exactly what the definition of that word is. Um, I'm frustrated with insurance companies. Paying more money. You get somebody hits me, and I have to pay $1,000 more a year or something like that. Or when you have to pay more money insurance than your car's worth. And I understand physical injuries, and then high pharmaceutical costs. But again, the pharmaceutical costs, look at that guy with the insulin about 5 years ago, charging insane prices for insulin. He's making money off the back of people that are sick. And to me, that goes beyond capitalism. And to me, those are the people that I perceive as not my enemy, but in the way of me uh, achieving my goals, keeping me down. And I thought about this a little more. And what would be better for these people than that we fight amongst ourselves, that we argue, that we perceive each other as the enemy? We perceive the drug addict as my problem. I perceive the Mexican as my problem. Other people in the same position financially or worse than me, but I blame them for my problems because I got to give them money and help them out a little bit. Where I'm just giving money hand over fist to the people above me just to survive. And it doesn't seem like the immigrants or the other people, I mean, they're just scratching a living like I am. It really seems like the people that don't ever get their hands dirty, that work, that get all this executive time every day. In other words, watching Fox and Friends all day, play golf all day, that never get their hands dirty, that don't even probably understand what it's like to stand on your feet for 8 or 10 hours a day, to work in a factory, to work in a store, to deal with people all day just because you have to. Because you have to survive. You have to eat. You have to live in a home. You have to have a roof over your head. And you have to do this. And do these people understand what that's like? This necessity? That if you get sick one day, it's going to mean the loss of other stuff. It's out of your control. The fear in that. I don't think these people understand that at all. Or like on Wall Street, the hedge funds, they're dealing in billions and millions of dollars every day. And to me, it appears they're betting on our poverty, on how much we're going to have to pay, how much we're going to have to suffer the next day. And they're making millions off that. I'm not sure if I'm understanding this right, but this is what I see. I can't go to the bank and get a loan. My credit, and the credit thing, okay, I made a few mistakes when I got involved in drugs 25, 30 years ago. And it's if I had one piece of advice to myself, if I could go back and tell my 20-year-old self one piece of advice, it'd be don't fuck up your credit. I don't even know if it would be about drugs. I'd be don't fuck up your credit would be the main one. It's tough for the working, for an average person. And it seems like that disparity is getting bigger and bigger between the ultra wealthy and the working people, the people that have to go out every day. And that's, and we perceive different people as our enemies that are causing this situation that we're in. I think the Trump supporters see it as immigrants, as Mexicans, blacks, people that they have to give a little money to help. Even the elderly, Social Security, maybe they perceive that. Handicapped people. And I don't think that, and meanwhile, you have these billionaires that play golf all day, every day, and just rake in money hand over foot. Now, I understand, fair is fair. You made money, your family had money, and I'm not trying to take that away from you. I don't think it should be redistributed. But making money off our hard sweat and blood and tears does not seem right. It just does not. Paying for something, filling a need. If I need milk and you got milk, fair's fair. I'll trade you this for that. But it's gone way beyond that. You got somebody now that owns 5,000 cows, and I haven't had milk in 2 months. And that's now where we're at. And that's what I perceive as, I'm not going to say my enemy, but what's blocking me from moving up. And I don't even like to talk like that because I don't believe anything can hold me back. But I get frustrated with the hurdles that I have to jump. And of course, it'd be, especially with the credit and being able to borrow money so I can make more money. Stuff like that. It just seems like it's been taken away because almost like they don't want more people to succeed because then there'll be less money flow for the ultra wealthy people. And that's what I perceive as my enemy. Maybe I've got a juvenile look at economics and capitalism. I don't know. But and the biggest thing is we perceive other people. We perceive different enemies. Some people perceive the people below them as their problem, and some people like me perceive the people way up above them as their problem. Probably some see both, and everybody has their problem. It's not about, again, I don't like to use the word problem because if I could, like, again, if I could beat fucking heroin and crack cocaine, they used to tell us, man, the chances of you staying in recovery for 13 years like me are like 99% impossible. And I did it. So I don't believe in impossible. I don't believe in problems and people stop me. I will succeed. And the more you try to stop me out, the more I'm going to succeed. And so that's my theory. Getting up there in time again. I got to go. I got a lot of stuff to do. I got to get to the gym. You guys have a great Friday. Tune in tonight. I'm going to try to do a live feed from the show, my art show. I'm going to try. I've never done it before. All right. Have a great Friday. Peace out.